They continued this criminal conflict even during this Rajab al-Murajab, the sacred month of Rajab. So far, more than 6,000 people either murdered or wounded. And it's not about number, that 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. It is about blood, it is about soul. من قتل نفسا بغير نفس أو فساد في الأرض فكأنما قتل الناس جميعا. So when it comes to the soul, the Quran doesn't talk about how many were killed. Even one innocent person, death, means the death of entire people of this planet. And in addition to that, the destruction of all basic structures and fabrics and infrastructures of the country that's already suffering from the pain of poverty is really crime. And this is what is going on when the destiny of the Ummah is in the Eid al-Sufaha. Sufaha al-Ummah. Wa sukar al-Ummah, or intoxicated with the intoxication of money and fake military power. They have no respect for it. They said, well, we destroy it, but there is a hope. We are going to build it later on. Why do you destroy it to build later on? That's something they do it all the time. You know, in Mecca, next to Masjid al-Haram, there was a big hotel, more than one. They spent millions of dollars, as a matter of fact, sometimes more than $1 billion, to build like a hotel like a Tawheed next to Haram. One of the best, maybe 6-star hotel in the world. But then another prince comes and makes another hotel next to that one that's taller. Then this prince said, oh, his hotel is taller. I want to make it taller too. So it comes and they destroy it from the foundation. They just a few years ago, they spent billions of dollars. They destroy it because they want to have something taller. So, oh, that sheikh made it, or that prince made it, and now my building, smaller? No way. I have to make it like, exactly like kids, children. في قلوبهم الحمية حمية الجاهلية. When the hearts are full of tribalism and temptation. Now this guy, Walid bin Talal, he put something on Twitter. I don't know if you noticed. So, أهني قيادتنا الرشيدة نجاح عملية عاصفة الحزم وتقديرا للطيارين الماء السعوديين المشاركين يشرفني إهداهم 100 سيارة بنتلي. You want to give 100 Bentley cars to those 100 Saudi pilots. As a matter of fact, now we know they were not, like majority of not Saudis. But Bentley, you know that is like a car between $200,000 to $300,000. It's not a cheap one. But then for this guy who's in own Mercedes is $4.8 million. One Mercedes, also $5 million because covered with diamond. And they put it in exhibition. If you want to touch it, you have to pay $1,000 just to touch that Mercedes. And for a guy whose wealth is estimated $23 billion, then 100 Bentley is just a pity, it's nothing. وَآتِ ذَا الْقُرْبَى حَقَّهُ وَالْمِسْكِينَ وَابْنَ السَّبِيلِ وَلَا تُبَذِّرْ تَبْذِيرًا إِنَّ الْمُبَذِّرِينَ إِخْوَانُ الشَّيَاطِينَ. These are إِخْوَانُ الشَّيَاطِينَ. Because too much intoxication, too much israf, too much tabdhir. When Gaza happened, we thought that Gaza was the worst thing can ever happen. Then ISIS came and thousands of people slaughtered. We thought this is even worse than what happened in Gaza. Now we see Yemen, we see even worse than anything happened before that. Because at least Israel is Israel, we know Israel, right? But for Khadim al-Haramain al-Sharifain, someone who's supposed to be custodian of the holiest mosque in the Muslim world, to come and to bomb these people, men, women, children. اللهم إنا نشكو إليك فقد نبينا وغيبة ولينا وكثرة عدونا وشدة الفتن بنا وتظاهر الزمان علينا اللهم أعنا على ذلك بفتح منك تعجله وبضر تكشفه ونصر تعزه وسلطان حق تظهره يا أرحم الراحمين. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect these poor people from Afghanistan to Libya to Yemen to Iraq to Syria to Lebanon to Nigeria to Kenya. These innocent poor people who are under attack in this holy month of Rajab, month of peace, month of piety, month of mercy, and month of spiritual reflection. This is Rajab. It's interesting that this year Yawm al-Ard happened during the month of Rajab, 22nd of April, which is internationally known as Yawm al-Ard, the day of the earth. That internationally people care about green, they care about protection of this planet from pollution. This is a big issue now in the world. The World Health Organization recently announced that more than 3 million people worldwide die every year out of pollution. Whether pollution in the air, pollution on the earth, pollution in the water, pollution in the noise. And there are certain cities in the world that they suffer daily, like in China, in India, in Russia, in some in Africa, in Middle East. There are cities that, like even cities like Tehran, like Ahwa, sometimes out of so much dust and smoke, you think there is a cloud. You say, no, there is no cloud. This is a pollution of dust and smoke. And now probably we don't see it, we don't feel it here in Michigan that much. But there are cities even in this country. I was reading a study that the people who die in the US out of pollution are 3 times more than people who die out of cancer. It's amazing. You know that as a nation, United States is the most wasteful. When you look at the garbage and you look at the israf and you look at the consumption, one of the worst or probably the most wasteful country in the world. Everybody forgot about the teachings of faith, about what God told us, كُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا وَلَا تُسْرِفُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُسْرِفِينَ. You can eat, you can drink, but no israf. God does not like the musrifin, the extravagance. God doesn't like it. You want God to like you, don't be one of the musrifin. Because He لا يحب المسرفين. I mean, why is it that many times you want to have it like the plastic fork or plastic spoon, and all of a sudden one time use it for fruit? That's not even dirty. Or you can put a little bit water and use it again and again. You just put it in the garbage. Why? That's israf financially, and then it creates more garbage and more garbage, to the point that the The whole country had a problem. This slogan of reduce, reuse, and recycle. These three words. We have to really honor that. Reduce, less consumption, and reuse. You can use a lot of, first of all, better not to use all this plastic stuff. But if we use it, we can reuse it many times. Except to the point that it's not worth it because it takes too much time. When you compare, but most of the time that's not the case. And finally, recycle. A friend of mine called me yesterday and he was very worried. He said that his child, he's only 12 years old, and he diagnosed by diabetes, and he's only 12 years old. And I told him that, well, we pray for him, but I was talking about this issue just last week, that one of the things that I heard from NBC News, it was NBC News, that by 2050, 1 out of 3 Americans will be diabetes. It's very threatening things. Like 1/3 of the nation in few decades. If you go with the same consumption, same tabdhir, same israf, that is a serious matter. We have to protect our body. Inna li jasadika alayka haqqa. It's haqq that we have to take care of our soul and take care of our body. To eat right, and to rest right, and to sleep right. Everybody, we need to sleep at least 7 hours, 8 hours. I'm not a good example myself, but I advise you to do so. I was up till like 4 in the morning today, and then I went to bed, and I say it's worth it because at 5:30 I can pray. And should I go to bed or just continue? They well, let me go, and then I have my cell phone and wakes me up, and then I wake up, and then I couldn't go to bed again. And I said, well, just have some rest, but it didn't work. So this is very dangerous. Well, when you care, sometimes really it's hard to sleep. When you go through all this news and views, that my goodness, look at our situation and look at what is going on in Yemen and what's going on in Syria and Iraq, and what these poor people who were desperate of their life and they got a boat from Libya to go to Italy and some other countries. Just a few days ago, 800 people died because of that unsafe boat and crazy situation. 800 people, and this happened repeatedly. Now in this country, the whole thing is about this Bruce guy that's going to talk tonight, and tens of millions of people want to know that he's already 65 years old after 2-3 marriages and so many kids. And now he wants to say that I like to be a woman now after 65 years old. And everybody like, this is the biggest news in the nation now. What is going on? Look at all that kind of news and look at this news. And I had something funny yesterday. I was reading that now there was a big problem between a couple that they are separated. As a matter of fact, they never married. They are just boyfriend and girlfriend. And now, when they separated, they have a problem about the custody of their dog. And they want to have the joint custody over dog. And they say, oh, I love this dog. I want it like half a week. And say, no, I want more days. And now, maybe they have to go to the court and have the judge to issue a judgment that how many days this dog is going to be with this boy and with that girl. These are really the biggest news in this nation now. And how can you go to bed and how can you have really rest when you compare that much suffering and that much problem, but at the same time, لا تظلموا أنفسكم. We have to take care of our body and take care of our soul. If diabetes is coming, just listen to what the doctors tell us all the time. Do more exercise. So if you are just sitting there and watching TV and drinking Pepsi-Cola and Coca-Cola and tea and coffee, and no walking and no exercise and no harak and no movement, that's how we get diabetes. And then it becomes like inheritance for our children. At least we have this opportunity. Look at this Heinz drive next to us, and summer is coming. For those of you who can exercise and walk just for 1 hour, 2 hours a day. Walking or just have a bicycle in this Heinz drive. A lot of people, they enjoy if you have time. Or make some time for exercise. I received some calls from friends that we cannot come to Friday prayer because, you know, we cannot sit on the ground because we sit so much on the couch and chairs in the house that if you want to come and sit down for half an hour, 1 hour on the floor, we cannot take it anymore. I said, don't worry, we have chairs here. You don't have to sit down on the ground. You can come and some others they are using, that's fine. But make it to the masjid. We need to take this responsibility, brothers and sisters, that commitment for our physical health, commitment for our spiritual health, commitment from the health of this planet that's getting polluted and full of garbage and all this plastic stuff. And now it's good in this country that at least the animals don't eat it. I mean, it's like some Middle Eastern country that the animals, they eat the plastic and all of this. And this is why you say the fish are dying and the animals in the seas and oceans are dying. And because of the pollution from the earth is going toward the ocean. And human beings, they are creating problem for themselves and for animals as well. So this month of peace, month of Rajab, and also Yawm al-Ard, the day of the earth, should be honored because this is something from our faith. That the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, إِنْ قَامَتِ الْقِيَامَةِ وَفِي يَدِ أَحَدِكُمْ فَسِيلَةً فَإِنِ اسْتَطَاعَ أَنْ تَقُومَ حَتَّى يَغْرُسَهَا فَلْيَغْرِسْهَا. If you know that the day of judgment is coming, resurrection is just an hour from now, but you have a palm in your hand and you can plant it, do so. If you can do it, do so. Don't say, oh, day of judgment is coming, who's going to take care of this tree later on? No, do it right away. This is our responsibility. So the Prophet and our religion teaches us the lesson of commitment. Unfortunately, that's a big problem in our society, in our community. People, they talk, they complain, they protest, but when it comes to commitment, few people take it. Few people take responsibility. Everybody wants to talk and write letter against this religious man or against the board or against this center. That's all wrong. That's all fitna. Anonymous letter, cursing one another, that is haram 100%. To make fitna in the community, that is wrong, that is shaitan, that is evil. Instead of that, get together and help one another to be a good example, to represent our faith. There are so many news in this nation, they are talking about Dearborn. They are saying, oh, Dearborn is the center of Sharia law. They are already Sharia law. We didn't see the Sharia law. Where is Sharia law in Dearborn, in Detroit? They said they banned the Sharia law in 15 states. How you ban something that's already banned? We have constitution that is the law of the land. And based on the law of the land, there cannot be any other law. So it's already any other law is already banned based on the constitution. So how can you say we ban the law of Sharia? And what do you mean? If you ask them what is Sharia, they have no idea what the Sharia is. That is really a big issue. So brothers and sisters, this commitment, and I have been saying this for almost 20 years, and I say it almost every week, but I don't get any response. I don't get too much. I don't get enough response from our people in our community. Somebody comes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that much. What happened to our commitment towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Our commitment to the Prophet and Ahlul Bayt. Our commitment to this country. our commitment to our community, our commitment to Bayt Allah, to the mosque. Aren't we committed to help this mosque? You know that we are doing whatever we can, almost 24/7. Just a few hours of rest here and there. Even when I go I have dreams about work and about everything. Even when I sleep. And this House of Wisdom tries to open a little window to the world. You see, almost every week we have interfaith. Whether they are here or I'm somewhere else, whether Christians they are coming here or whether the Sunnis and Shi'as get together. We try. When I go home and I get these emails from not even in the area because they see us, you know, in the social network, I receive questions from all over the world. And sometimes, you know, people don't know that, you know, we are Muslims. The Sunnis ask questions, the Shia ask questions, the Christians, they ask questions. And we try to answer. And sometimes you have to spend time and research and find the right answer. So this small mosque, this humble mosque, is doing more than it can in a normal way to serve our faith, to bring honor to our community, to bring honor to our business people. Nobody really think about this much that, well, we are getting involved in that much interfaith, and this is good even for the business of our businessmen in this community because it is about bringing security and protection of our community in general. So there is a role, and how many places you see gets involved in all this different outreach. So at least when we have an occasion and we have a hafla and we ask the brothers and sisters from the community to come and support, we should see some appreciation. When I ask for things like that, I challenge anybody in this community that in the last 23 years that I live with you, I ever came and I asked for anything personal. When people come and want to pay even their homes or Sahmul Imam, I challenge if anyone comes and say, well, you know, Sheikh Elahi said, write it in my name. It's always in the name of House of Wisdom. Goes to the mosque. We try our best to minimize, not to be musrif and mubaddar, to save whatever we can. And this is why it's almost, if you look at some of the reports, it's almost $30,000 a month for all the mosque and utility and staff and insurance and maintenance and everything and all these unprotected bills. Believe me, if we want to get the money for the hours that myself and family are working for the masjid, different, like 10 different jobs, we need 10 different people and each one is going to charge us $5,000, $6,000 a month. And if we want to get, based on that, the mosque never survive. But we don't care about that. We feel that, well, Allah gave us a mission. There is a reason we are here and we are so grateful. What if you and I were in the boat from Libya and died in Mediterranean water just a few days ago? But Allah is giving us this opportunity, beautiful opportunity to serve Him, to serve humanity, to save our faith and community. We have to be grateful to God. What else we want? Even if we work 48 hours a day, not only 24 hours, still is not enough to show our gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the opportunity. But we have to do that and we have to show the commitment, and inshallah next week, next Sunday, not this Sunday, the following Sunday, that we have the birthday of Imam Ali and also calling for fundraising. I really ask brothers and sisters to show your support, and many of you have been showing your support from day number 1 of establishment of this Islamic House of Wisdom. I see in this audience people that they never failed in their support. Anytime there was dinner and no dinner, anytime that there is a need, they come to me and, is there anything urgent? Can we help? But let us everybody take some commitment. It is very important. Al-iltizam. Kullukum ra. It's not only Dr. X or Dr. Y or brother businessman this or businesswoman. No, everyone, all of us are responsible. Let us do some investment for our soul, for our children. The culture of the country is collapsing. The morality is collapsing. Everything is about me, more. Individualism and selfishness. And the masjid is a place to educate ourselves and educate our children, to learn about morality and to learn about sacrifice and to learn about humbleness and to learn about kindness and to learn about modesty and, in one word, about commitment. So please help your mosque, and this Friday would be the last Friday that you can show your support. Go and reserve your tables, or you already done. Outreach to people that you know in the community to come and help your house of wisdom. And everything that yes, you can pay from your homes to support the mosque. And if we had more support, we had more projects, but at least now keep the services the way they are and promote this community commitment to support the house of Allah, inna al-masajida lillah, to have an educational center that is serving our people and educating other communities, and we do it with truth. Brothers and sisters, you know that many times in any situation we courageously telling the truth. I know sometimes it hurts me, but I don't care. I go to many of these interfaith gatherings and social gatherings and say it like it is, not in a rude way, in a diplomatic, courteous, polite way, but still it's true. And some people don't like it. They say, oh, with this guy, we don't want to deal with this. It's too serious now. We don't want to go that deep. But we don't care. We have to say it. Somebody has to say it. And this is why each and every one of us should support in any way that we can, whether it's our time, whether it's our membership, whether our coming to the board, or whether it's financial support. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad النبي الأمي وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين وسبوح قدوس رب الملائكة والروح رب اغفر لي وارحم وتجاوز عما تعلم إنك أنت العلي الأعظم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. وإلى الصلاة إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.